art as expression. But that is the name of this assessment, and that will be the official title of this video.
Per module, it has been said that art is not universal, nor it is nature. Why? Well, according to our sources, although art is often viewed as a universal form of expression, it is actually shaped by cultural, historical, and social contexts. The beliefs, values, and experiences of the communities that produce and consume art influence its form and content.
Art is not nature itself, even if it is inspired by nature. Instead, art represents or interprets nature. For example, landscape paintings or photographs are a human interpretation of the natural world. However, art cannot fully capture the intricate beauty and complexity of nature.
Having said that, why is art then classified as a form of expression?
Being human means possessing a unique range of thoughts, emotions, experiences. Our capacity for reflection and imagination allow us to explore our place in the world and connect with others through languages and art.
Art serves as a powerful means of expression, enabling us to convey complex ideas and emotions that are often beyond words. It may inspire change, challenge norms, or even express political and social commentary. Ultimately, art is a reflection of our humanity, reminding us of the beauty and complexity of the world we share.
Moving on, for our module, there are 9 forms of creation that aids the expression of art. Now, let us first explore our first form, which is visual arts. Visual arts refers to any form of art that is primarily visual in nature. These art forms are typically created to be seen or meant to stimulate the viewer's visual senses. An example of visual art is the Spolarium. Created by Juan Luna in 1884, the Spolarium is a visual art in the form of painting. It was known to be the largest painting in the history of the Philippines. The title was derived from the Latin word of a Roman Colosseum basement. The painting conveys messages through the elements of the painting, such as the dying gladiators, that we can depict to be the Philippines. Our country has a lively and nourished culture, but sudden colonization left us naked and defenseless, to the point that we cannot defend our own dignity. The rampant suppression and oppression molds the audiences in the artwork. The audiences in the left portion of the art are those Filipinos who has the strength to take action but chose not to do. And those in the right portion of the painting are those audiences who mourn for the death of their family members, or we can say the death of the Philippines. With that, the painting had more even impact to its viewers, giving them the experience of realism. All in all, the painting depicts the pain and suffering. Literally, dumilim ang paligid.
Our second form is film. Film is expressed as an art through a combination of visual, auditory, and narrative elements. The main medium for this art is through cinema, television, and through modern-day personal computers. A great example of this art is James Cameron's Avatar, The Way of Water. Truly a great film where James Cameron took his viewers back to his fictional world of Pandora to once again feel the breeze of a foreign, faraway world that was once dear. James Cameron achieved this feat through the utilization and manipulation of the 3 aforementioned elements of the film: visual, auditory, and narrative elements. First, visually. It uses camera work, lighting, color, and set design to convey mood and emotion. The second, auditory. Sound effects, music, and dialogue provide a full sensory experience for the audience. And lastly, narratively. Film uses plot, character development, and themes to engage the audience and convey a message. Together, these elements create a cohesive and impactful work of art that can evoke strong emotions, challenge our thinking, and leave a lasting impression on the audience, much like to what James Cameron did.
Our third form would be performance arts. Performance art is a type of art that is created through lively actions or events that are designated to be experienced by an audience. It can involve a variety of elements such as movements, sound, visuals, and may incorporate elements of theater, dance, music, and visual art. One example of this art would be the performance art performed by El Gama Penumbra, a finalist in Pilipinas Got Talent entitled Piliin Mo ang Pilipinas.
Piliin mo rin ang Pilipinas, kapulo ang kwintas ng pelas. Piliin mo, yakapin mo, kayamanan niyang likas. Piliin mo ang Pilipinas.
Piliin Mo ang Pilipinas is a shadow performance where people hide behind a huge sheet of cloth with a bright light behind the sheet, and they would use their body parts to create figures such as animals, landforms, objects, and even words. Creativity is always showcased in the shadow performance, since they are tweaking their imaginations on how they will execute their positions to form a specific object or a scenery setting. The chosen performance of El Gama Penumbra conveys the message of marketing the Philippines to people abroad and as well as here to our fellow Filipino citizens to explore and appreciate the beauty of God's creation.
Moving on, our fourth form is performance poetry. Performance poetry can be pre-written or created on the spot during the performance, and it is intended to be presented to the audience in a live setting. There's an example of performance poetry. It is the Isang Magsasaka, Dalawang Panginoon. The author, Mr. Visual, expressed his work using poetry, where he intensely narrated the story of the killings of our farmers. It can also be seen that he expressed the narration with anger and pain for the farmers who died. The author unmasked his creativity by the use of poetry to bring the audience to their imaginations and their own perspective of the said poem. Moving on, during the presentation, Mr. Visual applied the poetry performance with the details of their life and death, leaving the audience with tears and an eye-opener about the pitiful conditions of the farmers who bring foods to their plates.
Our fifth form is architecture. Architecture can be considered a form of art that involves designing and constructing buildings and other physical structures. It is concerned with creating spaces that are functional, aesthetically pleasing, and appropriate for their intended purpose. An example of art in architecture is the famous Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, Spain, designed by Frank Gehry. The museum's design is an impressive work of art that has become a cultural icon. Its curvilinear metallic structure resembles a ship, and it is covered with titanium panels that reflect the light in a stunning way. The museum's interior space is equally impressive, featuring large open spaces and curved walls that create a dynamic and immersive experience for visitors. The Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao is not only a functional space for showcasing art, but is also a piece of art in itself. By creating a space that is both functional and visually striking, Gehry unmasked his creativity and demonstrated the potential for architecture to be a form of art. Our sixth form is dance. Dance is an expression of art because it is a way for people to communicate and express themselves through movement. Through dance, performers use their bodies to convey meaning and connect with their audience. Dance can also be a form of cultural expression, preserving and passing down traditions and values through not just writing, but movement. Overall, dance is a powerful and unique form of art that allows people to communicate and connect with each other in a way where the human body is in motion. There are multiple types of dances, but let us make our example a more classical form, namely ballet. Let us make the Black Swan Pas de Deux, performed by Entourage and Adage in the Royal Opera House, as an example. This is a well-known and iconic dance from the ballet Swan Lake. The Black Swan Pas de Deux is a dance duet that displays technical skills and artistic expression. However, the dance goes beyond technique and tells the story through the dancer's movements and emotions. The lead ballerina must convey the Black Swan's seductive and dangerous character, showcasing the artist's creativity through the choreography, music, and interpretation of the dancers. The choreographer must create movements that convey the story and emotions, while showcasing the dancer's technical abilities. Overall, the dance showcases the artist's creativity through the integration of technical skill, storytelling, music, and individual interpretation.
Our seventh form is literary art or literature. As an art form, literature is expressed through written language that conveys meaning and emotions to its readers. Literature takes many forms, including poetry, novels, short stories, plays, and essays. There are two classifications of literature, fiction and non-fiction. A great example of fiction is J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series, while a great well-known non-fiction example is The Diary of Anne Frank. The writers use techniques such as imagery, symbolism, and manipulation of language and structure to create works that engage readers and explore complex themes. Literature provides a powerful platform for writers to express their thoughts, feelings, and experiences, and challenge readers to think deeply about important issues by the time of its writing.
Our second to the last or eighth form is the theater. Theater is a collaborative art form which combines words, voice, movements, and visual elements to express the meaning. An example of theater art is the Cenaculo. The Cenaculo is the stage reenactment of Christ's passion and death, done mostly in song or passion and recitation. It is presented in the public squares, town plazas, churchyards, or even theaters. The first Cenaculo was written by Gaspar Aquino de Belen, a renowned poet and translator in the 7th century, who is known for his work in translating the Passion in 1704. Belen's Cenaculo was an impressive work that showcased the passion and creativity of the author, making him a prominent figure in the Philippine literature. In Cenaculo, the life, death, and resurrection of Christ are dramatically depicted through theater arts, making it an intense and powerful experience for the devout. It allows them to witness and relive the life, sacrifices, miracles, suffering, and wonders of Christ during his time on this planet Earth. Through Cenaculo, the author's true intention is effectively communicated, and the devout are able to connect with the story and feel what it was like during the time of the Christ.
And finally, for our ninth or last form is applied art. What is applied art? Well, this is the design and beauty that are used to make things that we use in our everyday lives, like furniture, clothes, and buildings. Industrial design is a type of applied art that involves creating and developing products that people use every day, such as furniture, appliances, and electronics aforementioned. Industrial design is expressed through the creation and development of products that are aesthetically pleasing, functional, and of course, user-friendly. Designers use their creativity, knowledge of materials, and manufacturing processes, and of course, the understanding of human behavior to create products that meet the needs and desires of consumers, while also being practical and efficient. One famous example of industrial design is the iPhone, which has a sleek and minimalist design that is both visually appealing and practical. The iPhone's design showcases the creativity and innovation of its designers, who were able to incorporate advanced technology and sleek design into a single product.
By now, you might be wondering, why is it essential to understand the 9 forms of expression in art? Well, the answer is simple. Don't. It is essential to understand the forms of expression in art because art is a fundamental part of human culture and has been used for centuries to convey meaning, express emotion, and most of all, to document history.
Art can serve as a tool for communication and can convey ideas and messages that may be difficult to express through other means. By understanding the various forms of artistic expression, we can better appreciate and interpret the various artworks we encounter and gain a deeper understanding of the cultures and societies that created them.
Additionally, understanding art can help us develop our creativity, critical thinking skills, and enhance our ability to communicate effectively.
Art has a power to inspire, provoke thought, and challenge our perspective, and by understanding it, we can tap into its transformative potential.
This is Gabe,
My name is Franz.
My name is Yuan.
My name is Jake Temporas.
and we are
Phantom Memory of a Dead
End.